What's up? It's the In Between podcast. I know it's been a minute. Hey CJ, how's it going?
Going delightful. How about yourself?
Doing fantastic. I know it was a good Thanksgiving. Went out to Arizona, got to visit some family. Alex, how about you? Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, man. Hey, I'm not a Cowboys fan at all, but I give y'all's respect that y'all deserve for taking care of business because we needed the Chiefs to lose.
I appreciate them boys. We handled or y'all handle y'all's. Now it's time for us to handle ours.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, before we get to the Chiefs game, we got to recap the Texans taking down the Colts, and I got to eat some crow. Now, in my defense, I did say if these things happen, I will change my mind about the Texans. And boy, these things happened. Um, Ready or not, here come the Texans because they are one game out from taking the division. One game behind the Colts, and one game behind the Jaguars. And oddly enough, I believe both those teams play. The Jaguars and the Colts play on Sunday.
They do.
Awesome. Well, what were your some of your takeaways from the game? Whoever
Uh,
wants to go first.
I'll go first. CJ finally back. He didn't throw any touchdowns, had one interception. That one interception was a toss up. It's like, knock a little rust off. But the offense looked a lot better. Got
Mm.
into the red zone, actually scored, was making moves. Was it Woody Marks on the rushing touchdown and Nico Collins?
No, it was Nick Chubb.
Chubb.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chubb. Okay, Nick Chubb had one, and then Nico Collins had one.
Mm.
They looked pretty efficient in the red zone,
Yeah.
to say
Yeah.
the least. So I'm
Mhm.
kind of excited about that. So we'll see how that holds up next week or on Sunday.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Defense, was doing what the defense does. Held Jonathan Taylor to 85 yards. I think what the Colts were like 7-0 in games that Jonathan Taylor scored a touchdown in. And they're like 1-3 in games he didn't. And so they
Yeah.
held him to 85 yards, no touchdowns, under 20 points. Colts have scored 20 points every game this season. Texans have
Yep.
Yeah.
held almost everybody to under 20 points with the exception of the Seahawks that had 27.
Yeah.
So,
Kalen Bullock talked that trash and he backed it up. He said, I
oh
feel like we
yeah.
Yeah.
stopped Jonathan Taylor. They can't do nothing else. And boy, they did not do anything else. They got a
Yep.
a, a touchdown on a bobbled catch. We not gonna get into that. Colts fans been crybabies on Twitter, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
They have been crying like, oh, the refs handed the Texans the game, and I was like, bro, you're the first humans to ever say that. Nobody in the history of football have thought that the refs were handing the Texans football games because, like I said, they had that bobble catch, Daniel Jones intentional grounding, pass interference on a ball that's out of bounds by 10 yards. Like, you could cry either way that, the refs got a job or the refs did a job on your team. But at the end of the day, you didn't score more points than the team you were playing. So you went home with a loss.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. And I say
Yeah.
the same thing to Texans whenever they're like, oh, but Will Anderson got a flag for hitting Patrick Mahomes. I'd be like, bro, score more points than them. And then none of that stuff matters. But
Yeah.
it was a good game. I think it
Yeah,
was a
but
good game.
but when you give
CJ Stroud is better than Davis Mills, confirmed. I don't know why
Uh,
people even thought that was going to be a topic, but
you know what amazes me is how easily and seamless CJ Stroud just throws the ball. It
yeah,
just looks he has probably one of the best spirals and throwing motions. And it,
yeah,
it looks like he comes up short every time. He just kind of like
yeah,
flicks it and the
yeah,
ball just goes. Perfect spiral, right
yeah,
on target.
I will
Um,
say since he came back like this game on Sunday, he was getting the ball out a lot quicker.
yeah.
He was moving the ball around like first read, second read, get the ball out. Like he
mm,
was he was letting it go.
Smart.
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's how you
And
win games.
yeah, absolutely. And the biggest thing for me was CJ Stroud, and we kind of touched on this in previous episodes, was his
Mm-hmm.
athleticism. So I know
Mm-hmm.
the pocket would break down, he would get flushed out, but he's a quick dude. Like he
Yeah, he
gets out
is.
and moves on the pace and throws a beautiful ball while on the run. Um,
Mm. Who
So
was it? To
that was
Schultz? He was throwing running to his right and then threw a dime to Schultz.
yeah,
I was like, that was
absolutely. He had a couple. He
gorgeous.
had two or three that were super
Yeah,
nice. That were just on
yeah,
point, hitting guys in stride, getting the first down. The one thing I wanted to see, and I am starting to see it, was balance.
hmm
The in the Bills game, it was like, oh, they were moving the ball at will in the first half and then just got shut
hmm
down in the second. This
yeah,
one was it was more even. I'm not going to say they
hmm
were moving the ball at will. They still, they got shut down on a few different drives, but they
hmm
still went down and scored when they needed to score.
yeah.
That PAT was interesting. That call, I know everyone's kind of going ham on that.
So they showed it from the actual angle of like from the backside showing the kicker, and
Mhm.
it went in. But if
Okay.
you
Yeah,
see it from the defense's point of view and you see it from that screen, it looks like it misses. Because I,
yeah,
not gonna lie, I was like, "Oh, that missed," and I was like, "Oh, it's good." But then
yeah,
I saw it from that angle, and I was like, "Okay, it makes sense."
bro.
Here's
That's where people get brain dead because the guy on the right side is literally looking straight up. So if it went over, he would be able to see it clearly.
mhm.
And they both said it was good.
there was, I think people are in such an uproar because of that. There was a pass interference. I think that was on that same drive.
Yeah, the
Guy
phantom
tripped.
Yeah,
PI.
yeah,
Yeah, the guy tripped, and Colts fans are going nuts. And so you see the kick, and they're just like, "Oh my gosh, they gave him the game away." Look, I feel like the Texans they've taken their lumps. It's not like this is the Chiefs. This wasn't last year's
yeah.
Chiefs where there was just games handed over game. This was just one game, and I get it was a few calls, but at the end of the day, the Colts still had a chance to go down and win the game. So it wasn't losing, and there was a series that I have a lot of questions on for the Texans and kind of D'Amico's thought process, and that was the
Right before the
second to
half.
last.
2 minute drill.
Yeah, or not even
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
2 minute drill.
Oh.
It was like there was like 8 minutes, and they're driving down, and they're in field goal range, and Woody Marks gets stopped for no gain. They try to do the tight end
Oh yeah.
tush
Tight end tush
push. They
push.
did it twice, and they turn it
yeah,
over on downs. And
yeah,
my thought process is like, all right, you're in field goal range. If you kick a field goal and make it, you're up by 7. And the worst case scenario is that the Colts have to go down and score a touchdown.
yeah,
So that to me was, I guess, concerning. I was like, I wasn't really sure of the thought process. I get you're trying to put the game away, but there was still almost 5 minutes left in the game. I think there's
yeah.
4 minutes and like 50 seconds left. It wasn't like a 2 minute, oh, you get a first down, the game's over.
hmm
You could score a touchdown and the game is essentially over at that point, where you kick the field goal, and if you really think your defense is elite, let them stop them, which they
Yeah.
did. I didn't agree with that call. It was questionable in my opinion.
I don't have
Any
a
thoughts
problem
on?
with it because that was a criticism at the end of the Buffalo game. It's like you're playing too safe, and so they did something else. It didn't work, but at least you tried something else, you know. And I feel like it's better to put your team through the ringer now because you're gonna need to make those fourth downs when it comes playoff time. So I would rather just get it out the way now, you know. Now calling two tush pushes in a row is questionable to me. Like I feel like you should have did that fake for the second one, but at the
Yeah,
same time if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What are the odds that you ain't gonna get two in a row? You know, so I'm
Yeah.
like, either or for me, you know. But
it,
I
it's
like the
just
Gusty call. Yeah,
situational.
yeah,
My take on that second tush push was I felt like instead of going directly back to the tush push, run the hard count, see if you can get them off sides. If you can't get them off sides, call the timeout, kick the field goal.
they should have stole that play from Baltimore where they had Mark Andrews do that fake, and then bro took it all the way to the house from there. That's what I wanted
Yeah,
to see, one of those. But at the
yeah.
same
The same.
time, save it for the Chiefs.
What's crazy is that play was ran. I counted 3 times. Well,
Yeah, it
by three
was.
different teams. Two
Yeah.
of them ended up in fumbles. The Browns Niners had fumbles. Oh shoot, I can't think of the other game. There was another game that ended up
Man,
in a
the
fumble.
Colts had a direct snap that was fumbled.
Oh, that's right. It was the
Yeah,
Colts.
in the
It
game,
was
they
the
tried
Colts
to
that same game.
he tried to go under center, and it ended up getting fumbled right back to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones ends up like landing on the or
That's
he
right.
no, it goes to Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor picks it up, tries to take off, and gets stopped behind the line.
That's right. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that game, but yeah, absolutely. So three different teams ran it, and nobody was successful, and two fumbles came out of it. So super interesting. Um, but yeah, I thought overall balanced game. The defense took care of business. That was a super weird fumble at the end. Like I don't you don't see very many of those where the guy catches the ball, isn't touched, just had a case of, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that popcorn before the game
Yeah.
and lost it. But hey, good for the Texans. You are now one game out.
I think that's a
The
fumble. You want
Oh,
Colts fans
absolutely. I
want to
don't
talk.
absolutely.
Not a incomplete pass, but
Because you get it
they
and
don't
you
talk
turn
about that.
upfield. Yeah, that's a football
They don't
move.
want to talk about that. Like I said, they literally had just as many calls go for them because if that gets turned over right there, man, they're cooked. Didn't they get a field goal from that or something?
With the fumble?
Yeah.
No, that was the ball game. Like when the receiver fumbled the ball and the Texans recovered, that was essentially game because then the Texans got the ball with 2 minutes, a minute. It was like,
Wait, nah. One of them. I think we're talking about two different things. Remember when bro caught it, took 3 steps, then dropped it, and they call it an incomplete pass down the
yeah,
red
yeah, yeah,
zone.
you're right.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm referring
absolutely, that
to.
was a fumble because once you get, I think it's two, you catch the ball, it's 2 steps, and then
Yeah.
it's a fumble at that point.
He
So
literally
yeah,
took 3 steps and then dropped the ball, and then Texans recovered it, and they said incomplete pass. And
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
iffy.
What Knuckles say? I don't know.
So another big shout out, Woody Marks,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
again
Yeah.
with the game sealing rush.
Yeah.
Should have been like got 4 or 5 yards, and then
Yeah.
once again kept his feet churning, got some balance, and then dove and got an extra two
Mm-hmm.
yards after the first down, which essentially
Mm-hmm.
sealed the game. Man,
Yeah.
Woody Marks is clutch. And what's crazy is that he only averaged 3.4 yards. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't crazy. It wasn't great. I mean, but
And
it's not always
that's
about.
whenever you know you have to run it in the game, they still couldn't stop him.
Yeah, yeah. That's going to
So
be super clutch in the playoffs.
yeah.
Um, but I mean, moving on to the next topic. All eyes. Whoops. All eyes are on the division.
Yeah.
You are a game out.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans control their own destiny because when they play the Colts again,
Mm-hmm.
and like we've emphasized before, the Colts play the Jaguars twice.
Mm-hmm.
One of those being this Sunday. So this Sunday, well, they can't take it because whoever wins that game is still going to be a game ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But in a couple weeks, it's about keeping pace and striking, picking your time to strike. Texans
Mm-hmm.
just need to take care of business. You take care
Yeah.
of business, and the division's yours. Because at worst case scenario, if the Colts and the Jaguars split and the
Mm-hmm.
Texans win out, they'll have the tiebreakers.
Yeah. See, my question is, I thought that if you had the best record in the division, you were the division leader. Because we're 4-1 in the division, and the Colts
But
and
still, it's still overall
Jags are
record.
still 2. Okay. So I always thought that
Yeah.
if you just had the best division record, you automatically
Well,
were the
yeah, yeah.
best.
You could be 0-6, but if you win the other 11 games and you go 11-6, and the other divisions are like, another team's 6-0, but their only wins are against division opponents, and they're 6-11, you'll still take the division, still overall record. And then
Yeah.
when the division wins come in, that's when tiebreakers come in.
Oh,
If you have
okay.
the same
So
record, yeah. So in division, your first, because you play each other twice, and let's say, if you sweep that team, then you have the head-to-head. If you
mm-hmm.
split, then the next tiebreaker is in division record. Then
Mm-hmm.
beyond that is conference record.
Mm-hmm.
And then overall.
Yeah, after that, after conference, I'd have to look at the tiebreaker scenarios, but most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, you can get tiebreakers just by division. Now it's flipped. So let's say there's two teams in the same conference but on the same division. And let's say they have the same they have the same record overall, same conference record. Then you look at division record, and that's the tiebreaker there. So it's inversed outside the division.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, I'm gonna eat my words. The eye is not on the wild card. The eye is on the division. You want that home game. I'm not gonna be
That
Super
3
Bowl
p.m.
yet and
Saturday
say
home game.
number one seed or number two seed. I think the number three seed is in play. And I'll pull up standings
Yeah.
real quick. Bear with me. Um, as it stands, yeah, the Jaguars, yeah, the number three seed's in play because you have Baltimore and Pittsburgh vying for the number four seed, both at 6-6,
I
which
have
they
a
play.
question.
Go ahead.
Who do y'all think is going to be the number 1 seed? I want hot takes.
I think it's going to be
Uh,
the Patriots.
yeah, but there'll be a first round exit.
There'll be a
And
second round exit because they
Well,
don't
yeah,
play the first round.
true. They'll get that first round bye and then get knocked out by whoever they play.
But
the
I predict them to be like the 2016 Cowboys.
that 14-2 record and then getting bounced in the divisional round.
So first game they played, they lost.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, the reason I'm picking the Patriots is because the Denver still has to play KC.
Yeah.
That's a toss-up game. I don't know. I'll have to look. Let's look
Who
right
who
now.
who do the pass have to play? Because they already got they already
That's exactly
played
where I'm gonna look up
the
right now.
easiest teams in the NFL. Pretty much, they still got the Bills, the Ravens, the Jets, and the Dolphins. They have
I mean, there's two
formidable
wins,
competition. Yeah,
uh, but then you have two toss-ups.
but the Dolphins game may not even matter.
Well, yeah, it depends on what they do against the Bills and Ravens. If they
Yeah,
win the Bills Ravens, I mean,
that'll show right there if they're fraudulent or not. That's all I'm
yeah,
gonna say.
yeah, Bills Ravens will say a lot. I mean, the Ravens just aren't the Ravens of past. They had that game against
Yeah.
Cincy. Oh, you called it because I was like, bro, they're just like you said, Joe Burrow's coming back, and I was like, we'll see. It's Cincinnati, and sure enough, bro, the
What did I
Ravens
tell you?
stunk it,
Hey,
bro.
Joe
What I
Shiesty.
what did I tell you? And it's a division game too, bro. Come
They
on,
st-
like those
what's
division
crazy?
games are never givens. They're
Oh yeah,
literally never
absolutely,
givens,
Unless it's the
absolutely.
Titans.
bro.
I
I was
mean,
at the game last year
16-13,
when Will Levis tore up the Texans.
but
I saw it with my own eyes.
yeah. So, division is absolutely in play. Um, Everything should be for the division. You want the home game. You want the number 3 seed.
Yeah,
If things get crazy, I mean, at this point, I'm not going to sit here and say they won't. Who's to say they couldn't get the number 2 or the number 1 seed? Uh, Now, probability wise, probably not likely. But I said this before, and now I'm having to say, repeat something else. Crazier things have happened. But let's look at,
nah.
let's go
Denver has a
through.
solid schedule. They still have to play the Jags. They have to play the Packers. They have to play the Chiefs and the Chargers. So Denver could lose 4 games.
They could.
Could
Well,
Well, I
let's see
could
mean,
how
lose
elite
four
that
games.
defense is.
because we got the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Raiders, the Colts, and the
Yeah,
Cardinals.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Chargers.
I'm not gonna say any game is a given, bro, because I watched us get waxed by the Jets 2 years in a row,
I was
and
I
the
was I
Panthers.
was gonna
And
say the Raiders, but who knows,
I don't
man?
think if anyone's gonna beat us, that a bad team, it will be the Cardinals, in my opinion.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Cardinals
They're
are sneaky, man. They stick
yeah,
around and they
they
just
they
they're
do
just
they
not
do.
clutch. They
They're
find ways
not.
to lose. They just
They're,
find ways to lose, but they keep it close.
I wish they would have beat the Jaguars, man. Oh my gosh, I heard that one hurt so much.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, that
my,
game was I mean, it wasn't in the bag, but it was winnable. And then the Cardinals, they
bro,
stunk it up just like they did against Tampa Bay.
bro, they literally had a chance to win like twice and couldn't come through. The Jags
It's
got
the
lucky.
spread.
I just hope the Raiders lose to the Texans because I'm going to the game.
Here's the spread for the Colts Jaguars because it's in Jacksonville this time.
Yeah.
Is Indy by 1.5
See, my
or
question
one and
is,
a half?
who would it be better for us to win out of that game between Indy and Jacksonville?
That's a great question. Let's look at the playoff machine,
I
which I
don't
have.
like Jacksonville, so I want them to lose, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it will give India a better chance in the division and more credibility.
Let's do this exercise real quick. So we're gonna switch and go to the playoff picture. ESPN has the playoff machine, which lets you select what team you think is going to win, and then based on all that, it gives you seedings and all that good stuff. So we'll just go
Mhm.
game by game. Big matchup in the NFC. Dallas Lions. Who you got?
Lions.
Lions.
Okay.
I never
I
rooted.
hope the
I
Lions
never
win. I
root for
want
the
the Lions to
Cowboys,
win.
man. Never.
Yeah, I want the Lions to win.
See, that's crazy. As of right now, we're not even in the playoffs, and people were talking about how we're one of the best teams. So I'm like, bro, we got to lock in.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like I said, the Texans control their own fate. You got one
Yeah.
win against the Colts. Even if you split, The Colts still have to play the Jags twice, which both are vying
Yeah.
for the division. All three of y'all are vying for the division.
Yeah.
So you just got to take care of business. Another big game. Ravens Steelers.
Ravens.
I'll go with Ravens.
Okay,
After they lost to the Bills, I don't think they got it anymore.
that's fair. This is a mean nothing game. Saints Tampa. We're gonna go Tampa. All right, Colts Jags. Well, we'll save that one for last. We'll do this. We'll do this exercise first. So we'll go with the Browns, Washington Vikings. I'm just gonna go Washington. Seahawks Falcons. We're gonna go Seahawks. Oh, Bill Cincy. Who you got?
Cincinnati.
Give me Cincinnati.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Denver Raiders. Ooh, this is the game of the week. And it's the game of the week because of if a couple other games go in certain directions. If the Packers, it's the Packers and the Bears. If the Packers win and the Bears lose and a couple other teams win, the Bears go from the number 1 seed to the number 7 seed. That's how tight the NFC is right now.
Sheesh.
Is it at Soldier or is it at Lambeau?
It's at Lambeau.
Give me the Packers.
It's not the Aaron Rodgers Packers. So keep that
Give
in
me the
mind.
pack. Give me the Packers.
I have to eat my words too because I was talking about the Bears have to play so and so and they won both of those games. So they beat the Eagles. I did not expect that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I want to say yeah, but the Eagles just aren't the Eagles. Like they weren't the Eagles of last year. Like their offense is like Saquon's having an season.
They're
Yeah.
a dysfunctional team right now because of AJ Brown and all that nonsense that's going on in the locker room.
This is true. Yeah, AJ Brown, bro, he seems like a very toxic player. I don't like to get into all the player drama, but like, bro is definitely playing. He's leaning into Antonio Brown territory right now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even say AB territory. It's like you got 9 catches and a touchdown and y'all lost and you haven't said anything, but y'all win and you didn't get any touches and it's a problem. Like,
bro, like whenever they were asking about him being washed and he threw Saquon under the bus, like I was like, bro, that's dirty.
that's pretty dirty. All right, so for the sake of we can change this. That's the nice part about this. I'm going to go Packers the first time, but then we'll switch it and we'll go Bears and see what happens.
Yeah.
Got Rams Cardinals.
Rams lost to the Panthers, boy.
That was crazy.
Bro, no, it wasn't, bro. No, it wasn't because the freaking Panthers secondary is crazy. They should have had 5 picks on Brock Purdy, bro. But they only got 3 in the first half. The Panthers secondary got some sticky hands, and that boy Matthew Stafford found that out the hard way. Yeah, that was crazy. What's
crazy about that loss is that the Rams were like I think the shoe-in for the Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah.
But there's no favorite. I truly don't have a favorite. You get into the playoffs and anything can happen. This is one of the rarest years I have ever seen where anybody can win the Super Bowl. And I think that's why it's so crucial that the Chiefs don't make it. You don't have the Chiefs, and it's like, bro, it's anybody. It's like, oh, we're about to have a new Super Bowl champion. Like
that's why it's crucial the Texans have to make it. This is if there was ever a year, this would be it. We finally have a quarterback, bro. We're not paying $70 million a year to. We have the best defense in the league. Like, bro, we got a fraudulent number 1 seed. I'm gonna say it, Pat's fraudulent number 1 seed who beat a bunch of bad teams. And the Broncos also are a fraudulent team because if CJ Stroud finishes that game, then they got knocked off. If they lose to freaking Washington, then now we're having a whole different conversation. But coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't. So I'm just saying, like, don't see them again in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because who's gonna stop? Like I said, who's gonna stop the Texans in the playoffs? That's my only question. And I think that we literally can't go to the Super Bowl because who is gonna stop us?
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, it's anybody's Super Bowl to win.
It's the Texans. It's the Texans Super Bowl to win.
The Texans Super Bowl to win. All right, I got you guys.
The Texans Super Bowl to win.
Last game, and then we'll go to the Colts Jags.
Eagles.
What you got, Alex?
Man. What's the Chargers record?
8-4.
8-4. Dude, the Chargers are one of those, like, I don't know who shows up each Sunday. Like there's
Man,
sometimes they're world beaters and sometimes they're just bad.
are they playing?
I
Are they
think
playing in Philly?
Justin Herbert broke his left hand.
Yeah, he had it repaired. Is he supposed to play this Sunday or is he out? I haven't
He
seen
said
anything.
he had it repaired. He gonna be like Aaron Rodgers, where he can't hand off the ball on one side.
Oh wow.
That
It's in
Give
SoFi.
me the Eagles. Give me the Eagles on that one.
I say the Eagles, man.
All right. Okay. Now the pick. And we'll go back and forth, but let's just go. I'm gonna go Jags just because Indianapolis just looks off. They've lost two in a row now. And
Off.
let's
They
see
look
what
like the
happens.
same. They look like the same team. They're playing real competition now. That's why they're not winning.
Okay. So given all those picks, we'll start with the AFC. Um, Denver still has the number one seed. New England has the number two seed. The Jacksonville has the third seed. Ravens have the fourth seed. Then Houston jumps up to the fifth seed. So if Houston wins and Jacksonville wins, they jump up to the fifth seed. The Chargers drop down to the sixth seed. Indianapolis drops down to the seventh seed. So they go
Mm-hmm.
from the third seed down to the seventh seed. And this is gonna change week by week. So you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
see all this is gonna change for the next 4 weeks. I don't think anybody, well, I could see Denver and New England. No, because if they're both vying for the number one seed, if people keep winning, nobody's gonna get a bye week on week 18 because everyone's gonna keep
Yeah.
vying for playoff seeding, especially the number one
Yeah.
seed.
Yeah. That just makes it more interesting too. It's going down to the wire, and anybody can win any year. This is how it should be, in my opinion.
Now
This turned out to be a great
it's a
year.
great season. That's a fantastic season. And there's 4 weeks of football left.
Man,
5 weeks of football
yeah,
left. Um, so you go over
that's
the NFC, the Rams hop back up to the number one seed. Green Bay jumps up to the two seed. Philly basically stays at the three seed. Bucks are at the fourth seed. Seattle's five seed. The Niners jump up to the sixth seed, but the Bears drop off to the seventh seed. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of those
sheesh.
we're gonna see how legit the Bears are.
Mm,
For everyone that's
They're
saying, "Oh,
not.
the Bears keep winning," Philadelphia is the first playoff team they've beaten all year. I'm just gonna put that out there.
yeah.
Clip it. They still have to play the Packers twice, and the Lions, and the
Uh-huh.
49ers. Um, we'll see. Hey, if they have a winning record on those 5 games, hey, respect to the Bears. They earned it.
They
But
already not that's not well, yeah, they already have a winning record for the
I'm
season.
saying the last 5 games, you go like
Okay.
3-2 or 4-1 or whatever like that. You
Yeah.
have a winning record on that 5 game stretch,
Yeah.
then you're for real. But
Sheesh.
the one playoff team they beat was Philly, and Philly's having an off year.
Still counts though.
Hey, a win's a win.
No games guaranteed.
So let's flip a couple things. Let's see what happens if the Colts win. So if the
Hmm.
Colts win, oh, um, the only thing that changes is the Colts and the Jacksonville they swap. So Colts go into the third seed, Jacksonville goes into the seventh seed, Houston still is the fifth seed.
Hmm.
That's if the Chargers lose. So
And
let's say the Chargers,
who would we play as the fifth seed?
Baltimore.
Baltimore?
In Baltimore. That's why it's crucial. You want to talk about exercising some demons and kind of flipping the
I
script?
don't like that. I
What?
do, but I don't. I don't
Oh
want to
yeah.
play Baltimore in the playoffs, bro.
This is why you need to get the division.
That's why I wanted the Steelers to win low key, because I'm like, bro, if you got
Well,
Baltimore and Kansas City out of the division or out of the
let's
playoffs, the Texans are not going to get beat.
that's the other game. Let's see what happens. Because the Bills, if Cincy wins, the Bills aren't in the playoffs. So there's a couple different scenarios. So let's go to
Ooh.
Baltimore and the Steelers. So let's say Steelers win.
Uh-huh.
Well, then you're playing at the Steelers. I like that
Mm.
matchup a lot better. I would take that matchup
Yeah,
10 times out of 10.
bro.
Now
Yeah.
let's say Buffalo wins. You're just dropping down a spot. You're dropping from the fifth seed to the sixth seed.
Playing who?
You'll be playing the Colts. You'll be playing at the Colts at this point. So if the Colts win
Hmm.
and the Steelers win
Hmm.
and the Chargers lose,
Mm-hmm.
Then Houston's the fifth or the sixth seed, and you're playing at Indianapolis.
See, I
Now
don't want to
let's
play a division opponent. Like, what my best case scenario, what would happen is if uh like I think if like the Bills had to play the Patriots, that would be perfect. That would be
Yep.
perfect. And we if we somehow win the division, then the Bills had to play the Patriots. Like you get one of those division matchups, or the Broncos have to play the Chargers. That
Yep.
would be best case scenario, because then now those good teams are gonna get knocked off. Especially by a better quarterback. Josh Allen is going to beat Drake May in the playoffs. I don't care what
Yep.
anybody says.
Let's see. I just want to do one more scenario, and this is keeping everything the same except the Chargers win. They beat the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Houston 7th seed, Buffalo 6th seed, and the Chargers are the 5th seed. So at that point, you'll be playing at New England, Buffalo will be playing
Yeah.
Indianapolis, and the Chargers will be playing Pittsburgh.
Who will be playing New England?
The Texans would.
I like that.
That's
I like that.
as of
Who would they
after-
play?
The non Tom Brady pass at New
But-
England, bro.
But who would they play after they beat the Patriots? How would that bracket go?
They would
Who would
play.
the winner
They would play
of?
the Broncos because then they would the Broncos get the lowest seed that wins, so they would play the number 1 seed at that point.
And
So it'd be-
So to get to the championship game, we got to go through the Patriots and the Broncos.
Yeah, the two best teams in the AFC. It's not far fetched. It's
Cake.
not one of those years where you're
Bro.
like, oh,
The best teams in the AFC.
that's what I'm saying. Like the best records. Let's say. Best
See, I would
records.
say the best case scenario for the Texans is if we stay away from these cold places. I'll play Indy because it's inside. It's a division matchup inside of a dome in January. That's cake for us,
Yeah.
I do not want to be playing in New England, Foxborough, or Denver in January because that is not favorable to us.
Especially Denver, boy.
Bro.
Altitude and the cold. No,
Exactly. Those are the little factors that I would say like we want to.
This is where to get better seating, to get I mean, they can't. They just there's no mathematical way to take a division this week.
Yeah.
Even with a win,
What
best
if
case?
Indy and Jacksonville tied?
Let's do that. Then the Texans are out of the playoffs
What? How?
because it's better. So they'd be 8-4-1. They'd be both 8-4-1, and the Texans will be 8-5. So because of that tie, they have one less loss in the loss column than the Texans would.
Dang. So somebody needs to lose.
Somebody needs to lose, which, like I said, best case scenario. Well, what is the best case? Okay, so let's say all those things stay constant, and it's just vying on the Jacksonville and Indianapolis. It doesn't matter. So if the Bills win, if the Chargers win, and if the Steelers win, which let's see, Steelers Ravens has no implication. So if the Bills win and if the Chargers win, no matter who wins in the Indianapolis Jaguar game, the Texans will be at the 7th seed. It doesn't matter. Now, but if Cincy wins, then the Texans are the 6th seed. If Philly wins and Cincy wins, then the Texans are the 5th seed. So the Texans are now Philadelphia Eagles fans and they're Cincinnati Bengals fans because that gets them to the 5th seed. That's where you want to be. So in the event, that's the best case scenario. They can't get the division this week, which is fine. A lot of football to play.
I think it's important that we beat the Chiefs, man. That's really
absolutely.
That's really
I guarantee
crucial, bro.
The entire AFC is rooting for the Texans. I guarantee that. Because let's see what happens if the Chiefs.
I don't
think Colts or Jaguars fans are rooting for the Texans, but I think everybody else.
We have to beat them, especially because that is a way to plant the flag in the ground and say the Texans of old are gone. This is a new era. Especially because the Chiefs are now if they do not play perfect football for the rest of the season, they're done. Out of the playoffs.
Even with a loss this week for the Chiefs, just about eliminates them from the playoffs because now they are 2 games behind the 7th seed with 4 weeks left to play.
Yeah.
And that even if they were to play perfect football, they would have to have a lot go wrong for three. And what's crazy too is the three teams. Well, let's say, yeah, they lose. It depends on the three teams, but as it stands right now, the current three wildcard teams are Jacksonville, the Chargers, and Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville and Buffalo both have the tiebreaker, the head-to-head tiebreaker over KC,
Mm-hmm.
which means Kansas City
Mm-hmm.
has to have a better record to leapfrog them. The
Mm-hmm.
Chargers already won a game. Let's look at the Chargers' divisional record, actually.
Yeah, because Chargers beat the Chiefs week
So the
one. And
Chargers have the
beat
Chiefs.
the
That's one of
Raiders
those.
last week.
It gets weird because it would split. What am I doing? There we go. Let's go standings. We'll just go division just to break it out that way. So they have the Chargers are 4-0 in the division. The Chiefs are 1-2. That, now the Chargers have, I believe, have to play Denver. I think Denver's their last game. And the
Bro,
Chiefs.
I just need us to win because I feel like psychologically we are a step below the Chiefs, even though physically we are a much better team. And so I'm like, bro, we gotta just act like we never played them before and just go play the best football of our
The front
lives, bro.
four has to get home on Patrick Mahomes. You cannot
Bro,
let that man escape the pocket. We
bro,
will.
facts.
I don't want to get too deep into it because I want to save our keys to victory and what the Texans have to do to beat the Chiefs. I think we'll save that for the
Yeah,
next show.
yeah.
But yeah, you beat the Chiefs. I don't see the Chiefs making the playoffs.
I don't
Not
see this,
with
and I don't see the Texans losing in the playoffs if we
Hey,
beat the Chiefs,
what Meek Mill say? I used to pray for times like this.
bro.
uh,
Bro, we will be the talk of the town if we beat the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football to pretty
absolutely.
much eliminate them from the playoffs.
In
Like
in
in
Kansas City.
Arrowhead, bro. That would be a legendary Texans moment, bro. We
That
literally need to do it.
that would put the rest of the league. That would put the AFC on notice.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They'd be like, oh dang, like the Texans went in there and beat the Chiefs. Because it's one thing, the Chiefs,
We beat the Bills, the Colts, and the Chiefs 3 weeks in a row. That would be like, oh my gosh.
After losing your starting quarterback,
Bro, facts. Because then now everyone's gonna look at that Denver game and be like, that was a fluke if we beat the Chiefs. Because I wish we would have won that game so bad, bro.
yeah,
Literally. Oh my gosh.
yeah. So that gets us to the last topic around the league. We got into it with some of the big games. The big games to watch. I think the two biggest games for me, um, the Bears and the Packers, because I think that's going to determine whether the Bears are. If the Bears beat the Packers,
Yeah.
good night. Like good night.
But does it really, because the Packers, are they really for real? They're like
Their
I
defense
said,
is good. I'm
Jay
still
Love
out on
is
Jordan Love.
he's hot and cold, man. They can lose any week, they can win any week.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't put no US currency on the Packers.
I guess the Bears I would.
Yeah,
If I had to rank, so Bears, Packers,
the Bears lost to the Eagles, bro, 10-7. I mean,
The Bears
the
lost-
Packers, my fault. The Packers lost to the Eagles 10-7.
yeah.
So you're gonna put them to the Bears and then Jordan Love has to play Denver the week after that.
Oh yeah, the Packers have a gauntlet coming up. Like there's so many teams that just all the good games the last 4 weeks. It's going to be super interesting. Watching the playoffs. The playoff scene is just going to go all over the place. Given how many people are playing who, because it's all playoff teams playing each other at this point, trying to vie for positions. And it's super cool to see teams. Usually teams that are in the hunt, it's like, oh, you're a couple games out, but it's unlikely. You'd have to have so many things. It's like, oh, everything is there for anybody to get in, except for the Chiefs.
I didn't realize. Wow, I didn't realize that the NFC West was a 3-way 9-win team.
Yeah, it's wild.
That is kind of crazy because everyone just assumed that the Rams would just run away with it. But
that was such a big loss to the Panthers because outside of that, they played the Seahawks one more time.
Man, they play the Cardinals, bro, next week.
They played the Cardinals twice, I think.
Oh,
twice.
Man.
Ooh, here's so yeah, the first game is the Bears Packers. The second game is the Texans Chiefs. And I think this is another big game for me. Uh, Cowboys Lions. This one has big implications. Whoever loses this game is essentially eliminated from the playoffs because that'll put you 2 games behind the number 7 seed. And both those teams now, the
You
Cowboys have a
said
pretty,
Cowboys Lion.
yeah, the Cowboys Lions Thursday Night Football.
The
The
Cowboys
Cow,
did us a solid, but I don't think they're gonna beat the Lions.
I don't know, man. The Lions are
Hey, this is all I gotta say to the Cowboys. Thank you for doing your job. Have fun in Cancun.
Cowboys exit here. Everyone to the playoffs. Cowboys exit here.
You are here.
Bro, so you're telling me the Cowboys are gonna stop they're gonna stop Montgomery and Gibbs?
I mean, the Packers did.
Hey, they stopped
Nah.
paying Mahomes.
So
There's
that's
the Cow-
Mahomes. That's
the Cowboys are
Mahomes.
turning into that team nobody wants to play. Why? Because they're starting to play complementary football on the offense and the
Man, we'll
defense.
go beat them boys down, man.
I'm just saying why I
Imagine
don't
a
like the Cowboys.
Texans Cowboys Super Bowl would be my worst nightmare.
Bro, that you talk about World War III.
Bro, because it's
Gracious.
not worth it to me. I'd rather get eliminated in the NFC Championship or the AFC Championship than play the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Because if we lose to the Cowboys, bro, I'm gonna have to quit being a football fan, bro.
You'll never hear the end of it. Like
Well, you're out
ever.
of Texas, so you got the first check mark there. So if you
Bro,
never go back to Texas, Alex might as well pack your
bro,
bags, come out here.
Oh yeah,
bro.
I'm leaving.
I
I'm
don't like to
telling you.
think that I don't like to give sports too much like real life stuff, but I would literally cry if the Texans lost the Super Bowl to the freaking Cowboys, bro. That would be hell.
15 other teams I'd be okay with losing. I like not even joking.
Bro, any other team I'd be okay losing to.
You know, the
Bro.
second team who would hate to lose to the Cowboys in the playoffs?
Ooh,
The 49ers.
Oh,
the
49.
49ers.
Oh yeah. There's several big games. You talk about the Bills Bengals. The Bengals have a shot at winning that division. That's how poo it
Yeah,
is.
they're 3-8 in the hunt.
They're in the hunt for the division.
I think the Bengals will do it, bro.
Man,
That man Joe Burrow, bro, is Joe Burrow. Don't look at that record. That record was after Joe Burrow got hurt. You remember last year, this man was putting up historical numbers and the defense was folding. Like this is the
problem, though.
same.
Is their
This is
defense
the
is folding.
same thing. This is the same thing. It don't matter because Joe Burrow gonna score 30 points, bro, every game.
But that's the problem, though, is that the defense is just not good. Like it is not good.
Man, Joe Burrow is going to do it. I think he's going to do something
Joe
impossible. Now
is
talk about a nightmare scenario if the freaking Bengals make the playoffs, bro. Oh my gosh.
I think Joe Burrow is what Josh Allen thinks he is. I feel.
Bro, Joe Burrow is crazy, bro. Joe Burrow is crazy.
That'd be wild. My money's on the Ravens to take that division. I don't believe in the Steelers. I think the Bengals lost one too many games. It'd be super difficult for them to come back. It's one of those like there's too many things that have to happen. It's
you
possible.
see the Bengals? They play the Bills, the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Cardinals, and the Browns, bro. You don't think they can win out?
They could, and it's not about them winning out. It's about other teams losing 2 more games.
Well, I think the Bills can. I mean, I think the Bengals could easily go 5-0.
I think that'd be awesome. That'd be such a great story. Who else?
Let's see.
Jags. Oh, Steelers Ravens. I mean, if whoever loses that game, and the Ravens, or the Bengals win.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be talking about being put on notice real quick? You're like, oh gosh.
I'm going for the Steelers. I don't think they'll win, but I'm going for them. I need that division to just keep getting as many losses as possible.
I need the Ravens and the Chiefs to drop off. I need the Bills to drop off. I need those 3 teams to drop off because it was the last 2 years in the divisional. It's been the Texans, Ravens, Chiefs, and Bills.
Yeah,
so I need them to go.
What is the spread? Oh wow! So the spread for the Rams Cardinals game is only 7.5. I guarantee you it's because they lost to the Panthers. If they would have beaten the Panthers, it would have been a 14-point spread.
That's a
Easy.
that's a bad matchup for the Rams because it's a division game, bro.
It is a division game. I don't know if Kyler's back or not. I gotta see. Let me see if the Cardinals, if he's back. Injuries. Oh no, he's out. He's an injured reserve. He's probably done for the season.
Yeah, but Brissett ain't bad. I
Brissett's not
guess
bad. He's a journeyman.
Yeah, he's not
You
good.
get um Marvin Harrison comes back. Did he? I don't know if he played in the last game. He was out against the Niners. I know that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I want to look at the Rams injuries. See who they have. If anybody's out. Um Quentin Lake. Oh, Tutu Atwell's still on injured reserve. Goodness gracious. They got a ton of people on injured reserve. Tyler Higbee's still out. Rob Havenstein, Roger McCreary, Tutu Atwell, Quentin Lake. They don't have a ton of injuries, but all 6 of their injuries are all injured reserve.
Sheesh.
Now, the one thing I noticed about it, and a lot of people are talking about it, is outside the Rams' front four, the rest of their defense is suspect. Their corners have never been good. They haven't had a good corner since
Ramsey.
yeah, and even then, like I was like, he had a good season. That was about
Yeah.
it. Their safeties are
But
suspect.
the real
And
only
that's it. He
reason,
just won the Super Bowl, nothing much.
yeah, I was about to say the real only reason because they had Eric Weedle too. But the only reason why they were balling that way is because you had Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Aaron Donald was balling. But what's crazy is that their defensive line got better once he retired.
Yeah.
Because then they got, Jared Verst, Braden Fisk, all those guys. So their front four, you get the ball out quick and don't let their front four get to you. You can move the ball on them, and like they they're the supposed number 2 defense in the league.
Mm. Yeah, bro, the Texans almost beat them, but literally we lost because wasn't it Woody Marsh that fumbled?
Nah, it was Nick
Oh,
Chubb.
my fault,
They
my
punched
fault,
the
my
ball
fault.
out his
Yeah,
hand.
he fumbled on the last drive. Like we were literally driving, about to go beat them, and then they fumbled the ball. So I mean,
Yeah,
the Rams are solid, but they're not unbeatable.
yeah.
Nobody's unbeatable
Nobody's unbeatable. Um, hey,
ex-
I'm super stoked. The
except this
last
Final Form Texans, unbeatable.
for Texans, I tell you what, the offense gets kicking into gear, and you put up points, you move the ball, and if you put up 25 points a game consistently,
It already
I'll
is
put
kicking
them.
into gear.
They're getting better. They are getting better. I will say that. Their
Man,
offense
our
versus the
quarterback
Bills.
was just out for 3 games after suffering a concussion and came back and played one of the best teams in our conference and beat them at
And
home
put up like 275
after
yards.
after, after throwing the interception. Doing everything. That man played as rusty of a game as you can play, and we excelled.
Yeah. So
That's
I put them against everybody. The big test is Kansas City because as much as the
Ugh.
as the Cowboys beat the Chiefs, let's not act like Patrick Mahomes wasn't working some magic out there. There are moments where you're just like, well, it's about to be another Chiefs victory. Like he's just doing it again, and
Dude,
the
he
Cowboys
was
hung
out
on.
there like rolling around. The dude went, grabbed his leg, he jumped through his leg, took off down the sideline, made the throw. I'm like,
Bro, that
bro,
one
It
that
was
one play where that man dodged like 2 seconds, he was like falling, caught himself, dodged another one, and then threw that joint down. I was like, bro, this man is elite, and I love watching Patrick Mahomes. Like I'm not a
I
Chiefs
don't.
hater like everyone
I
else
am.
you just wish he was on
because,
your team. You don't
bro,
like him
I
because he's not on
do,
your team.
bro. I wish, bro, because I'm like, bro, if we would have got Mahomes instead of Deshaun Watson, bro, this would be a different life that we would be living right now.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
would be
sure
like,
there's 12 other
oh.
teams that are saying that, or whatever, whoever, how many other teams are in front of them. They're like, oh
Yeah,
man,
whoever drafted Mitch Trubisky.
Chicago.
Yeah, you had the opportunity to get Patrick Mahomes and you
Who
drafted
went number one
Mitch
that year?
Trubisky. Was that 2017?
I think it was 2016.
Let's see. Let me pull it
Nah,
up.
it was. I don't think it was 16.
Oh no, you're right. It was 17.
Yeah, bro, was it Baker?
Nah, Baker Mayfield had already been in the draft. Miles Garrett went number one.
Oh,
You had Myles Garrett, Mitch Trubisky, Solomon Thomas, Leonard Fournette, Corey Davis, Jamal Adams, Mike Williams, Christian McCaffrey, John Ross, Patrick Mahomes.
man, that that
I mean, that's
ages terribly. A lot of those
there's
picks.
only two other players that are even remotely justifiable for going in the position that they did, and that's Miles Garrett and Christian McCaffrey. Outside of that, I don't even think half those players are in the league anymore.
Well, I mean, Fournette did. I mean, he won a Super Bowl. Jamal Adams was decent, but then like
You're reaching right now.
Solomon Thomas, Corey
Oh, someone's.
Davis, Mike Williams, John Ross. All
John Ross, man.
John Ross was only known because he beat the 40 time. That
I
was
know.
the only thing he did that was relevant in his career, and that was before he even got drafted.
That's true. That
Dude,
man could have
it's
got
crazy.
an island if he would have wore them
The
Adidas cleats.
Yeah, the draft is such a crapshoot. Like you just don't know. All these players come out and you're like, you get a couple first round number one. Let me ask you this: if you were to redo the draft, would Trevor Lawrence go number one again?
No.
Because
What
who
year
else?
was that? What year was that?
That was 21.
21.
Because it was Trevor Lawrence.
Man, oh my goodness.
My
Trevor
my
Lawrence-
hot take is that Trevor Lawrence has been overrated since the time he stepped in the league. He has not done anything that is anywhere close to justifiable to the amount of money that they are paying him. And I think that it's pretty crazy that people are just like assuming that he's decent when he's been a bottom 15 quarterback since he got in that bag. And before he got that bag, he living off that one victory against Justin Herbert, who, as we see with history, is a known choker.
Yeah, in the playoffs, absolutely. He's got
This is
first
a
round talent. Go ahead, Alex.
nightmare. This is a nightmare top three right here. You had Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance.
Yes,
1,
that
2,
was
and
rough.
3.
That was crazy. That was a crazy draft because there was like 5 quarterbacks. It was Trevor Lawrence. Who's the second one again?
Zach Wilson.
That's right, Zach Wilson. Trey Lance, Justin Fields was the big talk,
Justin
and
Fields,
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Those were like the big. They were like, this is the greatest quarterback class since God invented time. God created time.
Every time people say that, bro, it never is, because the best quarterbacks are always like sneaky picks, bro. If you would have been like, before the 2018 draft, which one of these guys is going to win 3 Super Bowls? You would not have been like, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I just, you can draft the quarterback, but it's got to be the perfect marriage. It's got to be the quarterback and the coach and the system all have to just be in step.
But see, another thing about it too is like when you look at these
quarterbacks, Michael Parsons was drafted in the same draft as Trevor Lawrence. I don't know why I thought he was old.
But see, the thing
he
about
was like 11th or 12th.
About these draft picks is like when these quarterbacks go number one, they're gonna go to a bad team though. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like Patrick Mahomes dropping to 10 was one of those. All right, we don't really need a quarterback. We still got Alex Smith, but we're just gonna pick somebody up.
They did need a quarterback because they moved up to go get him.
Yeah, but it wasn't like
they drafted him on purpose.
But it's not like we just went 0-16 and we need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just made the playoffs like 2 years in a row. Now I think they were like wild card, like one and dones, or maybe divisional round. So,
but you still need a QB if you can't get over that hump. Now the Texans drafted a quarterback at number 2, and then instantly became a good franchise.
Well, you had a brand new coaching staff, an entire culture shift. So you not only had,
but usually you don't get those results. When's the last time a team had a losing season, got the second draft, drafted a quarter or second pick, drafted a QB, and then made the playoffs 3 years in a row?
Well, you also drafted Will Anderson back to back.
You did. You did.
The Niners have done it a couple times. So 2010, when Harbaugh took over, they were like constantly. They weren't number 2 picks, but they were 6 and 9 every year.
But 6 games is much different than winning. I think we won 2 games that year.
3. and a
Three
tie.
3 games at a time.
Well, oh, the
3-13 and
2019 Niners are a perfect example. They went like one in like two wins because that was the year 2019 they drafted Nick Bosa. And but the
Mm-hmm.
problem is that they lost the position you lose. So Jimmy Garoppolo was injured that whole year in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
He like went out week 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
They got the number 2 overall pick, got Nick Bosa, and then boom, in the Super Bowl the next year. So you can have a bad season. I would say if you lose your quarterback, your starting
Yeah.
quarterback, and you just have no backup quarterback, that'll
Yeah.
tank you real fast. And then you get the number
Yeah.
2 pick, and if the rest of your team is solid, and you have a good coaching staff in place, it's possible.
Look at
It's
us.
it's organizations
Without
like
Money
the
Mills,
Jets,
we
bro.
would be
It's the
cooked.
Jets. The Jets are like every year they're vying for like the top 5 pick. It's like, dude, you've had how many like top 5 picks over the last decade, and you're still buns, like just straight butt cheek dust every year,
But Chief Dust is
right,
crazy.
bro? When was the last time they did something? When they had Mark Sanchez in
I
like
don't know.
2000, like
10
2008 to 2010, they went to 2 AFC title games,
with Rex
and then just
Ryan.
just garbage after that. They've done nothing. The Brown, well, even the Browns had Baker. They made the playoffs. No, they
And then
lost
they
to the
got rid of
Chiefs.
him. And then they got rid of him, bro. That's the thing.
Change of scenery, you
Mm,
know.
No, he was that good even when he was in Cleveland. Cleveland was just that bad, I believe.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
Look at
I,
what they're
I agree with that.
doing. Same with Shador, man. You have him buried in the depth chart, and he's clearly better than the other quarterbacks that you had. Like it's like it's
Killer
They're
like
just
Gabriel.
they're not trying to win, bro. You
they're
cannot
just bad
convince me.
organizations.
They are horrible organizations, and so like
But the
people
worst the worst place to be though is like the Jaguars, where you're
mid
never.
every year.
Yeah, every year you're like an 8. You're like your floor or your floor and your ceiling are probably like anywhere from 8-8 to like 10, maybe 11 wins tops.
Yeah,
You're probably a number 4 seed every year, and you
yeah,
get bounced in either the wild card or the divisional. Um, you're just going nowhere. It's almost the same way with the Steelers. Man, the Steelers are like,
yeah,
oh, they've just been mediocre for like 10 plus, like 15 years.
yeah.
They barely make the
Mm.
playoffs. They get bounced in the first round, and it's like, all right, cool.
This is true, but I mean, shoot, I'd rather be the Steelers than like the Browns.
Oh, absolutely. I'd rather be the Steelers than the Jets.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Mike Tomlin.
I feel like the Panthers are up there, one of the worst
Oh,
organizations as well.
absolutely. The Panthers are for sure up there. They're one of those, like, they just constantly bad, constantly easily top 10 picks every year, and then it's just eh. And you go and waste a pick on Bryce Young. Like Bryce Young being the number 1 overall pick.
Man, he was a Heisman winner. That's the only
So,
reason why he went.
They
yeah,
Wasn't Mac Jones a Heisman winner too?
that's crazy.
No,
Finally.
Devontae Smith was the
Yeah.
Heisman winner that year.
Hey, CJ Stroud was a finalist. That
Hey,
man lost to Caleb Williams. And I forgot who else. Caleb
Dang.
Williams, somebody else. Who was
that's
it?
crazy. Oh, well, it's a good show. We will be back hopefully on Wednesday. We will talk some more. We'll definitely get into, the Texans Chiefs. Start picking in some matchups, keys to victory. I think we should definitely start previewing the Thursday night game too. But
I got a surprise question.
okay, what you got?
Do y'all think Arch Manning is going to be an NFL
No.
quarterback?
No.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna save my answer for the next show.
I'm gonna give you my answer right now. No.
All right.
Interesting.
All right. Cool. Well, gentlemen, I will see y'all next time.
Yeah.
Peace.